E. Oh, thanks. I love being bonked. Hi, hello, it's favorite cat's favorite tablet elf. Give me 1 second. We're in the void of space here. I don't have a stage. I will build one though. Also bring myself here. Bleh. Ooh. Hi. We are here to do all these cookbook jams. Well, a part of it. BRB gonna say hello to a hateful creature. Damn. Hateful already? It's how it be. I have 2 instances of this up. Just gonna move everything around. Gato! Gato! I also need to get my YouTube chat up. I think that's the one thing I still haven't done, is made it so YouTube chat can actually appear at all. So that's just unfortunate. Actually, is it even on right now? I don't know if I actually have it on going. Because I think I did have it set up. Yeah. I think I might just have it not listed. Let me change that. Alright. Can you tell I like this? When you see the rabble. The what? Damn. Alright, just ban them. Yeah, you're right. You're so right. You're so right. We don't need them. Server. Okay. Alright, I have every single submission on screen now. I gotta say, I love how, like, we have an uneven amount of, like, logos and no logos, like... Actually, I think they're about even, No, they're pretty uneven. Stop. Hey, Pico. What is up? What is up? Welcome. The betrayal honesty. We are. We are all brothers and sisters and people. We are all siblings. We are. Yeah, I win. I mean, honestly, I was perfectly fine with no one coming with like a logo, but it's always a logo in everything. Also, mine is here, although I don't really feel like it should be, but I got bullied. Actually, I realized I had that mislabeled. I'm gonna jump off a cliff now. Actually, I guess some other people did the same thing. Hey, work from home. Gotta love work from home. I love work from home. Okay. I actually kind of need a head count on who's here at the moment. Alright, got Gleb, A. Got health. Got Mac Law. You know what? I think I'm gonna start with Chitter actually. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, we have our repository. You know what? I'm gonna actually do the solid and actually check out your page. It's bright. Alright. Dialogue, text alter, system for gaming that adds ID name. The modify strings to queue system. Check the queue ID for the queue draws and modify the screen. I mean, we're not here for that though. We are here for the actual GitHub. Hello, Kuro. Hello. Hello. Honestly, I've never really got to comment on the effects so much, but I do like the flame particles. I think they add a nice touch. I'm good, thanks. How are you? Alright. I think, like of all things, it is only appropriate I open this up. GitHub. Morning. How you do, Elude? Yes, I think the fire effect is probably my favorite thing from Chitter. Like, just from looking at it alone. Like, no hands-on experience. I've actually tried to always avoid looking at submissions whenever I can, because I like to be surprised by it. There's only, like, literally one submission. Actually, no, technically two I've seen ahead of time, besides yours. And that is Juju's Hot Glue and Fracture. Fracture because I just saw a link to it and I decided to play the example demo, and Hot Glue because well, Juju was working on it for a long while, so I already saw Hot Glue. But we'll have a look. I'm just gonna boot up the example first and foremost and just have a look at it. You know, normally I'd expect to see something straight up. You know what? Need anything? No. It's just a bit cold. It's scorching here. What do you mean by it's cold? We created the heat and cold, you know. Have you been down under? Hey, that's me. Instruction. I like it. I mean, yeah, I I got that when I saw it. I just didn't expect to have no instructions when I opened it up. But in fairness, I also didn't look at the entire page. I just wanted to see what the example was like. Yeah, have you been down under? It's great. We got spiders, we have scorching heat, we have a sun that is extremely powerful for some reason. Like sunburnt even with sunscreen. We also have kangaroos. I ride mine to work and back. It's great. My little Roo does well. The sun is a deadly laser. Actually, I kind of missed a few messages now. Cookbook Jam, I need to go to the game jam thing. Yeah, Cookbook Jam is just for libraries and tools. So instead of making games, you make libraries. Because that's what we do here. Yeah, I think structures would be good, but to be fair, that's gonna be the case for some submissions anyways with examples, because it's like examples are the easiest, but it's like as long as you have a demonstration, it's fine. I've never seen someone put wallpaper in the game. Well, you know what? In most cases, I don't, but I use Windows on a daily basis for a lot of things. And GameMaker is one of those things I use on a daily basis on my Windows PC. So it's like, I much prefer having a bit of style. I'd actually have a custom theme too, but Dracula, it's just kind of broken. But, yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm kind of getting the sense here they're using this to close off tags. I'm gonna have to look at the wiki itself now. I'm gonna look at the modification tags. So we have a lot of tags. You got scripts. Interesting. I mean, that's okay. I think with a lot of things in general, we're always gonna have ideas that we're gonna just try out and see how it works. Like, we got Scribble with tags with like proper like closing, and then you got, you know, a similar approach, but except for you don't have a close tag, it's just an empty tag basically. In the case for Lexicon, my localization system, which is not a text renderer, but borrows a similar concept, I just wrap everything as like, actually I think it'd be more like Chatterbox really. There. Anyways, I think it's okay to do things differently. It's okay. Sometimes they don't work out, but we learn. And we strive to do better the next day. Okay, so I think this one is a little bit interesting. I'm guessing asset would either have to be just a string, so just like a regular asset get index or handle. No, just an asset. I'm gonna have to look back into that, but you have a lot. Yeah, particles. Yeah, particles. We got talker. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Got rainbow. Yeah, I figured that'd be the case. Scribble has the same conundrum where we kind of need to do asset get index, which works great until automatically remove unused assets as a thing, and now it doesn't work great because now that's just a thing that exists. So it's like, yay, thanks, this is what we wanted. I'm not gonna discredit it. It's got its use cases, but it's just not when it's enabled by default. Yeah, it is like a monumental like issue. Yeah. Actually, I don't know if this project even has it enabled by default. No, that's the wrong one. Yeah, no, you don't have it enabled here. So like this is fine. But it's actually a little bit funny. I actually have something I gotta mention. So one of the GameMaker templates actually has automatically remove unused assets when compiling unchecked. One of them does. And I know this for a fact because I've actually used that template before. And I'm not telling which template or exactly because I don't want them to fix it. Damn. Well, the cat's out of the bag now. Yes, it's a pixel game template. But it works. It works spectacularly. Out of the box. Yeah. Like, I'm 110% certain that they are just forgot to basically just fix that when they made the template. But am I gonna complain? No, I'm not gonna complain at all. In fact, I'm just not gonna tell them. I would rather them find out in 5 years' time. If anything. This is probably, like, here's the thing. There is a lot of things in Game Maker I will report, even if I'm, like, really against their decision. This is one of the things where I'm just not going to report it. I'm just going to keep it on the wrap. And if they're going to ask for a bug report, I'm not giving it to them. I'm sorry, I disagree with that option outright. I think it's, like, the worst thing to have on by default. I am curious, though, on the stalker aspect. So, you got ID talker string. I'm going to have to poke at this. QID, talker. Okay. I think I'm already slightly uncertain what a ID would be in this context, but I guess this is where I get the ID. Okay, yeah, okay, I get it now. They're just like, it's just like similar to, I guess, the scribble IDs in a way. Little default tag name. I'm just making comparisons in my head. I think one aspect I will say is I'm not sure about the name Talker, because like I think it's a little like a bit confusing on the method name itself. I would probably just set that, make that as like a get current speaker, maybe, or speaker name. I guess because that would be just a speaker name, but. Yeah. Maybe. No. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the naming itself should be, like, specific in what it is, because, like, Sprite and Talker are probably two things where I'm not really entirely sure, just from referencing alone, whatever I'm getting or setting or doing something else. Obviously, the documentation's always good, but also the clear intent of the name itself is what matters. 2. Chit Chatter. Look, I already got a chit chat. I have a channel called Chit Chat. I'm gonna put all the chit chat in there. No, I'm gonna call everyone a chit chatter. There you go. You're all chit chatters now. Also, for some reason, my YouTube pop-up like deleted itself, so I don't know what happened there. I guess they're not reading YouTube again. No mind, I am. I got to back up now. Oh, I know what happened. I had screwed up the overlay. I'm gonna play 20 turn picks preparing, but I'll be here. Just shout half when it's my turn. Well, I mean, I already just kind of shouted it a little. Maybe I just yell it. There you go. I'll just yell it. I guess now. Marvel Rivals. All right, you know what? You two have a good game, but I'll call you that when I'm ready. I am just thinking about one more thing. Okay. Let me change this up. I don't want this. Okay. I think the other thing is you don't have a section on configs, which is another thing. I think you've taken the style I had from my configs, which I will say is probably not the greatest thing to copy from that aspect, because immediately I only mostly did it so I can get rid of autocomplete. But with user prefabs coming, I now need to change this because it doesn't work. Actually, I think it might be a little bit small to read, to be honest. There you go. I made it a bit bigger. All right. But yeah, no, I think this just might be like probably the only other thing I'd probably say. Ow. Oh, hi, Haru. How you been? It's been a while. Oh, okay. This is where everything gets defined. For the pre-mods. Oh, wow. There is a lot here. I have been well, thank you. I hope you've been well too. It's... When was the last time we've talked? I think it was like 12 months ago? I think it was more 10. I get that. I do that too from time to time. I just click on Twitch to quickly check on something. But hi! Yeah, it's all good. As long as you're doing well, and as long as you're not, you know, in a bad place, I'm happy for you. Yee! Yeah, I can see that. I think I wondered though, actually, because like I think you could have done this as like an absolute string. All good, all good, all good. I'll check your reading it in a bit. When I get the chance. I'm doing a little bit of a cookbook review at the moment, so I'll come back to your DM. All right. Take care. Alright, no, I was gonna say is, you could have probably just done an absolute string, to be honest. Damn. On my birthday. Yeah, well, like, that was kind of chaotic around that time. It's all good. Goodbye. Love ya. Mwah. Have a good day. Okay, so what I mean, like, by, like, absolutes, like, it's not actually the word I mean, but, like literal strings. You could just use little, strings to kind of, like, break it up a bit. Then it wouldn't be as long. And it can look a little bit more nicer. Like this. It's an all one minor section. I think that could be a little bit better to represent a string. It would make new lines, but I would also assume that Chitter would just condense this all down anyways. But yeah, no, little strings. It does? Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. I think if you were able to figure out this aspect, I think it'd be good. Actually, to be fair, I don't know how that works in your case. I might come back to that in a second. I might make an example with part freezing, because I can just dig in the code for that. Ah. Okay. Do they change the way error messages get represented? No, I'll just find the line. It's fine. This is fun. Maybe if I just do a string trim. Maybe you'll be happy with this. No. Okay. Oh, no, wait. Oh, I know what I meant to do. I was meant to do this. Sorry, I'm being silly. Well, we'll see if this works. Yeah, see, this is fine. This is fine. Yeah, like, all you have to do is just trim the name, really. In fact, probably the way it works, you could probably get as far as splitting a bunch of this at once. So I could take an example of our Cole friend here and just split multiple things. I don't know if that should work, but I'm pretty sure I could just do this. I'm pretty sure you can just get away with something like this. Point of it is not the fact whether this will work or not, but it's like just from that simple change. But I feel like the idea that if you can just do a bit of work to clean up any new lines and trimming out excess data that's not needed, then you get exactly what you need. Okay, we got another case where at line 139, just gonna. Oh, okay, it's doing this to me again. I mean, that's obviously more work here, but yeah, it's like basically just trimming. Just trim wherever you can when it comes to accessing like any kind of structs, and you should be good. Probably. Because then it's like, it makes it so much nicer. You can have it formatted however you like. It doesn't matter, because that's like the whole point in text parsing, is that it shouldn't really matter when it comes to control tags. They should be flexible, as long as you are following the convention. But everything else, yeah. I think this is good. I like it. The only thing I now have to think about in terms of this is script. I have not used script at all. What does script do? Does it like call back a function and returns a new string? Is that its main intent? Or is it just like a control thing? Okay. Just any function. Okay. Alright. Fair enough. I think call the first function. Yes, just put 0. Actually, that is a good question. I should probably look into how the actual script call works. I'm going to be evil. May as well see if this works. No. I'm guessing it's just a string? No. I need to close it. Ah, so everything has to be closed. Okay. Wait, no, not meant to do that. I'm still kind of working on that, to be honest. Most I do is I just check out the projects and see. I need a space between. Okay, cool. I was checking to see if I could make it like cold camera create. I cannot make a cold camera create. We are doing good. We are doing so good. Okay, I think there could be some improvements there to be made. Beyond just the trimming. Yes, it's Silksong. It's the best game ever. As you can see, I'm looking at the source code right now of Silksong. This is how Silksong was actually made. I know, shocker, ain't it? But yeah, no, my reviews are in general just checking out the examples and the wiki. And maybe the code, depending on how much. Yeah, so does. Like, right? It's so Undertale. I think the only thing that makes us sad about this example is I didn't get to see the talkers in action. It's so weird. The speakers in action. But yeah, no, I think that's probably the main 3 suggestions I would make. Oh, yeah, but I meant the sprites. Because there were sprites too. You had sprites. But the sprites are really sprite. There's no sprite. Yeah. But no. I think overall this is pretty good. Like, I could say I would use this. I do think though, as long as you get the probably a bit more of a clarity, or like at least on how the text is meant to be structured, and work out on the new line issues, I think you would have a pretty good case where a lot of people would use this, like pretty much out of the box without questions. Because like I think that's literally the only 2 things I can nitpick at is just the 3 things I can nitpick at. Everything else is like, this is fine. I could use it. But yeah, no, my review style is still being worked on. So don't do too many jam reviews. This is the second time I've done like a proper jam review. I'm trying to do split streams because I think the first one, like, low-key, as much as I didn't mind doing a long stream, I did also do a very long stream with a bunch of entries at once, and it was bleh. No. You get the reviews, you get the reviews. Future jams will just get better reviews. That's how it works. If someone wants me to re-review everything, no. I just couldn't. No. Maybe if I did like a remaster on a jam. There you go. We just update everything at once. We rework entire libraries. We rework all the tools. We rework the logos. We do everything from scratch and just do that. Then you have Cookbook Jam remaster. Then I come back and then I do a review on the remasters. Bam. There you go. That's how we would do it. That's how I come back. Because, I mean, I don't know. If someone wanted me to, like, sit down there and do, like, a whole code deconstructed review, because, like, there's a lot of things I could look at in code that isn't important. Not yet implemented. Damn. No particle deaths. Yes, Cookbook 69. That's where we do it. But yeah, like, I don't know. There's not a lot for me to just do besides looking at code all day. And I don't think anyone wants to sit here and just look at the code all day. It could be fun. It could also just be boring. But you know what? I think I'm done with this. I think I'm happy with Chitter. I think it's doing swell. And it's still got a V1 release too. There's no tags. Right. I probably should be checking to see if it's actually a V1, but to be fair, I think the tag is enough for me. I don't care about anything else. As long as it has V1 somewhere. Not like V0.01.0.1.0. Alright. This is good. This is good. All good. Alright, now we got you out of the way. We shall see. We have Juju, we have Gleb, got Half, and got Shrimpy. Good, 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 good. On the loop. You know what? I think I want to see the Ace Loader. Actually, no, I don't know what time everyone is probably going to go to sleep, given that I know it's late for some people. If anyone is going to go to sleep in the next, like, hour or so, please let me know before I review the next entry at random. Well, you know what? I reviewed yours, so now you can go to bed. Go to bed. You're going to bed. Yeah, I'll do you, Lube. I'll check yours out. I'll be that sport. I will probably then do Juju's next, because I know Juju would be up pretty late as well. Alright. Sprite is a library that provides wrapper functions for sprite drawing to allow you to draw sprites using the image speed set by the sprite. Yes, you are a sleepy pug. I don't want to keep you up too late. I mean, to be fair, if you ever want to come back another time, I also don't mind that. You're always free to come back on the other stream, which will be happening way later in my day. I'm okay with that. Alright, back to this. So sprite allows you to set image speed with drawing works for instance, but not when drawing a sprite. Draw the sprite with an FPS game is running. This library is by using a negative sub image as a positive multiplier for the speed set in the sprite editor. Yeah, for sure. I'm just kind of having a bit of a read through. Alright, I will open this up. Wait for GameMaker to do his thing. Okay. Gonna go straight in blind. I love magic magic numbers in the examples. Alright. I am stunned. I'm so stunned. Know what I want. I have... Where did I put that app? It has occurred to me I've closed something of mine. It's because it's on another monitor? Okay. I was gonna draw something on here, but I should probably actually draw a little. I think would be a good idea. Alright. So we have a set seed. We have feather not feathering. Alright, well, you know what? We're not getting into highlighting. It's banned now. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm just gonna reload it. There we go. Oh, right. Yeah, right. I was just reloading it. 2x speed of what the sprite property sets to in the sprite properties set to 2 FPS. The sprite draw 4 FPS. It's okay, yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna come back to this actually. Right, so I guess this is just a way of being able to just draw at a set speed instead of whatever the case is. So it's kind of like, yeah, okay, yeah, it's exactly that. I think it kind of like read the readme and then my brain just like didn't make the connection. But that's more on me, I feel. But okay, this is nice. It is actually very short. I don't think there is too much for you to already comment on this, but it works. I like that it works. There's a comment. No, but I think this is actually kind of useful. I've had to do a lot of weird things in regards to drawing, and I don't like to keep the index. So I think I'm going to keep this on my list. But I am going to check out your wiki. Actually, this is just the wiki. Okay, there we go. The readme is all. Okay. I guess this does make it as an alternative to what normally the draw sprite functions would work. Because normally whenever you do a negative, it does a wraparound. I think that's interesting. It makes it a situational use. Yeah, sprite will return back to strength of the numbers. Yep. Okay, so does it so it gives you a structure. Yeah. Oh wait, you mean draw sprite does this? I thought it did the wraparound. I never knew that. I genuinely didn't ever do that. Well, apparently I don't know Game Maker. I don't know Game Maker. Okay, that makes some sense. Actually, that's probably be a good idea if I just. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I really thought it just did a wraparound, but no, like I knew it wrapped around whenever it was a positive number, but I never knew it wrapped around. I didn't do a wraparound and just played at the animation speed. What the hell? This is not what I had expected. I think he just blew my world. I don't know. Yeah, no, it does actually. Like, if I set this to like a 5, that would be the index set. If I set that to 4, it should be white. Yeah. So it does actually wrap around. I just never knew negative numbers actually just played the sprite speed. So again, you have blown my mind in ways I did not anticipate, because I genuinely thought that it just didn't do that. All right, you know what? Overall, actually, I should probably come back to Chitter too. I need to come back to Chitter. I need to star both of these before I forget. All right, I have starred both of these. These are both good. These are both good. Too good. These are too good. I think the only thing I could probably comment on, I mean, there's not really much to comment on here, to be honest. I don't really have a much. Well, no, you see, the other use case I have for it is because in my line of work, in between my own projects and client work, there are cases where I need to draw more than one sprite, and those sprites have to be animated, and they're on a part of like an enemy or a player. So it's like, there's cases where I do need to animate the sprite index often. So having something where I can just like basically fire and forget is like the most useful thing in that sense. But if it's also just a performance concern in that use case, then it's like it's fine. Sure, that's fine. UI is also good. I had a problem with that. But yeah, no, I like it. I don't think I have any notes for this. Actually, you know, I just saw this now. Yeah, you know what? Okay, fair enough. How much overhead do these have alone? Because I know it'd be fetching, which would be slow part. Yeah. This would be just a struct lookup. Yep. Okay. Yeah, for sure. I think 5,000 individual is probably not too bad depending on the kind of game you're working with. And I think you could probably just get away with this just fine in a lot of cases. Although, I suppose looking at this, you could probably have most of this be sort of an early out if this was a little bit at the top more. Because like, I think this, I mean, like this is probably the only case where I'd probably just have it underneath. But like, maybe the UID doesn't matter always, unless you are actually using it. Like, with negatives. But that's just my thinking. I think that was like the only thing I could think of ever for like a performance improvement, but to be fair, that does also raise other questionable aspects. But either way, besides that, I have no real notes on this. I think this is just excellent as a concept. Yeah. Like, kind of like a mini garbage collection over time sort of deal, or because those are fun to make. Actually, how does this draw come in? Yeah, I saw that in the credits. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, I actually was gonna say, because when I saw this, I was like, at first I thought it'd be similar to what I've done, but then I realized that this is just actually involving the per frame differences. Where like a sprite is stretched out. That's when I realized. It was like, ooh. I think that one was also really good. That one is good. I don't often think about the frame lengths because they're not really something I use often. I just do it the normal way. The way everyone did it back in the old days of Game Maker. But yeah, no. Overall, this is good. I like it. I'm going to keep this in mind from whenever I actually need to draw sprites without the image index. Alright. Okay, I shall go through Juju's submissions. Oh no, there's ads. We have 2 submissions from Juju. Juju has Constance and Hot Glue. Hot Glue already seen, but I am going to show Hot Glue to the world. Because it honestly is good. This is not a V1. It's not a V1 at all. Maybe I'm a bit of a stickler on these exceptions. I'm just gonna ignore it for now. I think the V1 requirement's a little hard. All good. Now you can go rest. You can go eat. Go to sleep. Alright. So, for anyone who isn't familiar with Hot Glue is a package importer from GameMaker LTS 2026. It's primarily written in GML and the interface uses IMGUI. The whole purpose of Hot Glue was to just be able to like download packages from multiple sources. I've technically had a hand in this because I have handed some basic code for itch.io handling. So I could say it is very versatile. Yes, I'm a GUI. But yeah, download and import GameMaker patches from remote storage without going through the steps manually. Supports GitHub, GIS, itch.io, Vertigo, /npm. Private GitHub user and organization repos are supported. Ooh. Now that I have to see. Import these files directly. Right, yep. Only Windows, resolve dependencies. Alright, I'm gonna snooze these ads. Just so I can like get through at least half of it. Alright. There is the repo, but this is more of a tool. So I'm gonna show off the tool in this case. Actually, we're also gonna see this page while we're at it. Yeah, no. It's the same. Okay. I'm gonna open it up. But no, the whole intent, I feel like it's kind of cheating that I know already. This is like one of those cases where it's like, I shouldn't know, but I do. This is tiny in 4K, I just noticed. Yeah. I have an idea. It's okay, Juju. I got this. I'm going to use, some elite hacker stuff. You're gonna have to trust me. Trust the process. You know what? There you go. It's much better now. It's not tiny anymore. It's big. It's a big window. Fuck it, would you lie? That's how I do it. I honestly need to set like a little hockey thing so I can just zoom in the center. But yeah, you know what? This is perfect. It's perfect as long as I don't move this. Alright. I should probably double check because it has been a while. Okay. I can explore channels. I got Game Maker Kitchen. This is from the website. Right, the settings. It has been a while since I've last looked at this, because I remember you had more. Okay. Right, so you can get a GitHub token. I don't think I want to do the GitHub token right this second. Actually, no, I guess I could. Yeah. I'm just thinking. Okay. Right. I actually kind of like it also links to a project tool and like actually lets you specify. Does a test. Alright. I didn't really get to show it off, but I'm just gonna I can't click on it fast enough. Alright. But there was a command window. That's all I'll tell you. I change it back and show you, but then I don't have to do all the OBS resizing again. Here be dragons! There's dragons? I know what I'm doing. Okay. Automation mode. Does that specify? No. I guess it does not specify. I'm gonna close that for now. We can show a log. Alright. I'm done enough goofing around. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna register. Right, that registers as a thing. Okay. That's just an import, if I remember. Like the actual packages to actually run. I think that was the case, wasn't it? Yeah, no, it was. Okay. I can reauthorize. Should probably do that. I realize it's not quite in the capture enough. Okay, got to reacquire our token. Now Juju has access to everything I have. It's gonna steal all my stuff. It's gonna steal all my code, everything. I can get an API key too. I actually don't know if I actually have my HI API key, but I'm not gonna poke that. Maybe if I pull it off screen. Alright. I think what I might do is I might just make a quick test project for this. Don't know why that was still up. Get out of here. Alright. Be a big... Ah, well, good to know. I would have done it on a test account if I knew that. A burner account, but that's how it is. It's fine. If I leak anything, I'll just have to change things around. Alright. I have a project. It is called Pug Test. I mean, no, but I have done worse. I have accidentally revealed names. Not my name, but like family names before. I'll just leave for like a second here. Although YouTube is also good. Ah, okay, yeah, that's fair. I didn't know how many people are actually on the Twitch version, so I'm kind of like just chilling. Because I know some people don't like to hop between things. But yeah, okay, we are back. Okay, I can continue. What I was saying is yeah. I keep the YouTube stream up mostly for VOD reasons, because it's easy to save. But also because I know people are like just working hard. Well, yeah, like I just know some people just prefer YouTube, some prefer Twitch, some just prefer to talk between them both. I've never gone through the first time boot up actually. I mean, I have, but I think it's been a long time. Alright. Hot glue uses URI activation of the hot glue to can be started if you click on the link in the web browser. This allows you to easily install packages. Yep, so this is just hot gluing away. I've already registered, so I don't have to do this. Actually, you know, I'll do it again. Just so I can, like, test it. Alright, we're good. I'm not gonna worry about that. I think I like this though, like the little setup thing. The UI definitely needs to be upscaled because I won't lie, I am like leaning into the screen to actually read it a little. And I don't think glass is gonna change the situation at all. It was actually funny. I was talking to someone about DPI issues yesterday with Code Editor 2 because it's like you can't scale anything up. So it's like as easily for the autocomplete. It's terrible. There's also a cache. I'm gonna clear the cache. Also to clear that. You know, we have nothing now. Alright. I'm going to open a project. There is a project I have. I called it Pug Test. Because that works enough for me. Alright, just navigating to it now. So we have Pug Test. It's got absolutely nothing. And we can import. We'll go from GameMaker Kitchen. We'll select a repo. We should have Scribble here. Do we not have Scribble here? Yeah, no, we do. It's just tiny. It's still tiny for me. I'm gonna have to look at the OBS stream for this. Right, HTML doesn't render. Right. That's fine. We can select our release, so we can pick a rather old version. We won't go for the latest. I will pick an older version. I'm gonna pick 8, Sim 1. We can... Oh, okay. So I gotta open. I can also just pick from the list, but... Interesting. Yeah, I think it just... We're gonna ignore that. Maybe I should have looked at the log. Anyway. Okay. One sec. Yeah. It definitely did. That's fine. I guess. Maybe I could. Oh no, I mean, the path, it does work, I'm pretty sure. Because, like... Because, like, I did run a test, and it did say success. But, also, I think the... log... It's like, it does... pass. At least. But I will double check anyways. Yeah, no, it's there. It's the same path. I'll put it in anyways. Wait, I think I, did I open it? Or did it just run? Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, that's fine. I think it's honestly just the version. If I pick a newer version, it might work better. Right, it needs Git. That's not your fault. That is not your fault. I mean, that error is shouldn't be there, but that one is more on me. I think it's like... Okay. I just need to make a quick repo. Right, yeah, true, I can do that. I forgot about that. I kind of like that's an option because I kind of don't really care so much about safety on that. I already back up. I know what I'm doing. GG. Oh wait, this is repository. I didn't mean to. Oh no, this is right. I was just going too fast. All right. We are making progress. Yep, we have all our additions. This is all we want. Confirm. Okay, now I can open up pug tests. I'm actually going to go back and full screen this. This is... Why is it like this? Why is there no editor like this? Alright, I'm going to hide that. I do like it though, it does format it in JSON. I don't know what the hell. Okay. That's still the no editor. I'm just gonna open up in Notepad. I don't really need to, but I felt like it. I didn't like the way the slash was rendering. Yeah, okay, cool. Keep cool. But look, I have Scribble now. I can now scribble. I'm gonna quickly import Chatterbox while I'm at it. Everyone needs a scribble in their Chatterbox. I can also test load, which I'm gonna zoom this back up live. Somewhat perfectly. Alright. I can test load. I'm not sure if test load is doing anything. Okay, it did do something that time. It didn't do the first time. Okay. Maybe it doesn't do it in the latest release? No? No, it's just Chatterbox. Okay. Well, I'm gonna import this. Alright. Now we got Chatterbox 2. We got Chatterbox, we got Scribble. We got all the bare essentials. I'm also may as well check hot glue index. Alright, I think that's all the ones that's imported so far. We've got also a lube. Oh. Oh. Right, this is the off. Right, okay. So I could implement anything here. Okay. Alright, now we'll import lens. Lens will probably explode though. Yeah, it's expected. Okay, I see how this works. I see how this works. Cool. I won't lie. I keep on misreading things as how small it is still. I gotta still look at the OBS. And then I can also add a custom feed. Let's add the GameMaker repo. The npm repo. Since that is now public. Ish. I think it's failing because the packages I'm selecting are just really old. Like Lens is like from LTS 2022. So I feel like that's less on you and more on Project Tool than anything. Like 100%. It's like, if I pull up the log again. I'll send you like a quick screenshot. Actually, I'll send a better screenshot. But yeah, no, that's literally. I feel like it's more on just Project Tool not able to handle like an normal version, but like it works. All right, channels. I can of course. Oh wait, oh, I screwed that up. I think this could use an extra field for the kind of search path it should use for like, or like the path, like the info you should use for packages. Because I think for NPM there is more criteria, but that is just a suggestion, and obviously not like from a difference from the norm. All right, now this is better. Now I can add in string upper or Neca presence. You know what, I'm gonna do this community toolbox. Nothing go wrong with the community toolbox. Alright, confirm, job's done. Now I have the entirety of the community toolbox.
Don't cry.
I don't think GameMaker is doing okay. I think this is an issue with prefabs, maybe? This is not meant to happen. Does this happen with just prefabs in general? You know, I'm gonna try that little time library. This is fine. Okay, this is not a good test. Let's try unique. Okay, it's weird. It works for unique. Scribble works. I think I did something wrong with the community toolbox. I think that's what's happened. Either way, I don't blame you. This is not your fault. Not one bit. I just find it funny that this has happened. Yeah, okay. Yep. I'll go through the rest of the options. Actually, I'll go for all but itch. I know itch works enough. I know probably I should show it, but I don't want to do all the... Actually, maybe if I just... Yeah. Hold on. I'm just gonna... get my API key. Hey, is itch.io like not in? Am I looking at it, or am I just not looking in the right place? Because I thought there was a option for it, but there isn't. Yeah, so I'm just trying to see if I can find it. I don't think it's in here. I'm just gonna just revoke my API key. That's fine. All right. We can of course report bugs and make all the bugs reports we need ever, like so, through the UI. A little handy. We also get a little pug loading animation I never really pointed out because my head was hiding it this entire time. Very cute. Oh, you can also favorite things too. So we can favorite a chatterbox, we can favorite Scribble. Ah, gotcha. Okay, well, I'm gonna give that a try now. Ooh, you know what? I can take another submission. I'm gonna take... Constance should have something. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna take Constance. I'm gonna use Constance as an example, and then I'm gonna transition that to a second review, because I think we need to start doing... we need to wrap this up. Okay, so... JSON... Constance... Okay, actually, hold on. Let me double check this. Ow. That hurt. BRB indeed. You know, I can revoke that, that's fine. You know what? I think it's because I didn't do the right page. Is there perhaps something else I need to do when it comes to constants? Because I don't think I'm getting this right. Oh, sorry, not constants, itch. I don't think I'm getting this right. Do I have to specify the JSON path? Because it should just work. Because I've done like an individual page to constants just to see. I don't think it's actually working though. Maybe it's, you know what, maybe it is just expecting JSON. Yeah, sure. I can revoke the key for it later. But yeah, like I have constants here. This key's fine. I can ignore it. It's fine. I can revoke it. I don't use it for anything else anyways. But yeah, I have this here, which should be enough. Oh. Okay. Gotcha. Right. Welcome back. Alright, that's what I'm meant to do. I was meant to do from channels custom, and then I can import. Alright, okay. Now I've done that, I can just burn my key real quick. I burnt my key. Alright, key's gone now. No one ain't using that. Alright, this is pretty good. Other than the Git directory error that popped up, I don't think there is anything else I need to note here. Is there anything else you want me to show off before I move on? I can get rid of that too. Okay, cool. Alright, that was hot glue from Juju Adams. Thank you very much, Juju Adams. Alright, now we're on to our next submission from Juju Adams. Complete transition. I'm also going to bring this project back. This is not the actual project, but I just wanted to mention that I've got it all here. I have constants. But we'll actually go to the actual constants page. Simple collection of macros, constants that cover various common use cases. Most macros are resolved at compile time, can be used in performance sensitive areas. Please see constants for full list. Yep. I can just look at the package directly because I don't think the example is needed given the context of this. Wait, you paid money? Okay, look, if you had to pay money for this, you were scammed. No, I was not accepting cash. There was no cash either. And there's no contest. Everyone's a winner. Except for me. I don't win. I win nothing. I lose instantly. My submission is getting disqualified after this jam ends. Alright, we have a V1 here. Hey! So we've got running from IDE. We've got desktop. We've got Apple, PlayStation, Switch, DirectX, OpenGL, which is not DirectX. Very helpful. We've got web. Wait. OS browser come back? Juju. It's so rare for you to consider HTML5. What gives? This isn't new at all. Xbox Series X any, we got Windows, Mac OS, not S. Okay, so we got XS, okay. Look, here's the DM. DM? DM? What DM? I don't recall the DM. Oh, yeah. So the problem is I'm not Toby Fox. I'm Tabby Fax. You got the names mixed up. You were talking to the wrong guy this entire time. Alright, so yeah, some of these will be compile time, some of these wouldn't be. I did consider though, when I saw this initially, just the name, it did make me think of something else that I've been meaning to make a constant for. In fact, I've been meaning to redo it. But there's been cases where I've needed to like emulate a program was exported as is in the past. So I would make a bunch of special macro. Actually, no, it wasn't that. No. That was a different thing. What I actually needed was like a data files availability constant, because I've done it in a few of my projects now, or my libraries, where I've actually needed to access data files. But the problem is that I also can't access data files if I'm building from Windows to Linux or Windows to Mac, and they both have sandbox disabled, because to GameMaker, it doesn't really give you much information. So I'd be meaning to sit back down and like write a constant for it. That's a good use case for a constant. There you go, Juju. Go steal it while it's there, while it's out in the open. Is data files available? But yeah, this is very short and straight to the point. It's a bunch of constants to get Windows, Mac, Linux, or whatever OS, or getting an ID. Very straightforward. I have no notes. This is very good. Very handy. I am going to start this now. I was supposed to make sure I have hot glue starred, because I don't want to forget that. Okay. And of course, some of these are compile time, some are not. This is not compile time. That's not compile time. This is not compile time. This is to be expected though. I mean, not everything can be compile time in GameMaker. If extension exists was compile time now, that'd be great. Actually, I think they're not anyways. I don't think Russell ever made it a compile time thing. I feel like it should have been, really, though. Could have been nice. But yes. Anyways, feel free to steal my ideas. They're all for taking. For anyone. Anyone at all. Alright, I think that's a constant I haven't really seen in ages. Yep. Okay. Wait, when does this get cold? Does it really get cold then? Oh yeah, it does. I missed it. Yes! Everything compile time. The dream. That's the dream, baby. Compile time all the way through. Okay. I think that I've shown enough for constants. This is good. All of these entries so far, 10 out of 10. Alright. Also, Loop, I thought you were meant to go to bed. Go to bed. In fact, GG, now you can go to bed. You're free to go to sleep. You two are free to sleep. Alright. There is, at most, 3 more entries I gotta go through. That would be Glebs, that'd be House, and Shrimpy. Or Shrimpy. Well... Okay, that is all good. I know Gleb will be up pretty late too. I don't know if Gleb is still here. Gleb, are you alive? Gleb? Okay, that's good. Alright, we're gonna look at Fracture now. This is one of the few entries where I've actually have seen a little bit of it. because I was looking at it. Now, I know Gleb loves to specialize, like, really go into detail and ham. As you can see by all these screenshots and GIFs. And this page with the demo. This is nice, because I can just look at the example directly. Now, I'm going to see if I can replicate what I saw when I was looking at this. There we go. Yeah, background's broken here. Slicing is broken on the circles. I've known since, like, the last 2 days. I've known. This is my time to report a bug now. But, you know, it works fine if you use non-slice. See? This is fine. I think it's nice. We're going to ignore the background. We're not here for this, though. We're not here for all of this. I mean, I appreciate it. This is nice, and it's all top of the line. But it's really what we want is a GitHub repo, because we need to see if we can access the code and not just have it tucked away. I need the code. This is all I need. Just code. Only code. Nothing but code. On a side note, actually. Alright, got the demo. We got a first... Okay, so we got two. We got a demo, and then we have a first setup. I'm gonna look at the first setup. Oh, hold on a second. I gotta... Alright, I'm back. Alright, I'm gonna look at the first time setup. I'm just gonna go straight in. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Fair enough. But, you know, we gotta show what a first time setup looks like at the same time. Why not show it all? I keep on forgetting about the README feature. Alright, but we'll go to the demo. It's demo time. I found a bug in mine. I think it's funny, sad. I mean, if I talk about my entry, which is the GM Spout 2, that one actually does have its own bugs. Yeah. This also comes with a README. Okay. I considered looking at both. We'll go back to the first time setup. I think that one we can click shapes to fracture them, then press R to restart. Explosion. I've noticed it has like a brief lag. That's not just me seeing that. I don't think that's just me. Yeah, I think it's just computation. That is a good question. Gleb, what is the general process of this? Does it explain it, actually? There's no real explanation on here. Maybe. You know what, then? I think what it could be is I could have, like, 20 different things at once. Let me close a few things. I'm gonna get rid of the bonks. Maybe that'll help. Ignore the two me's. This happens. Alright. This is better. Yeah, I think it's just with too many applications open on my end. Alright, we'll look at the docs. First, this is Gleb's docs, which I gotta say is gorgeous looking. As always. We got what is fractured. Free open source gaming library for breaking objects into box 2D physics. Which we got a lot of. We got 7 fracture patterns with all various fractures. Gleb, I think Gleb actually has made that offer to me too. I've declined though. I like making my own stuff. But yeah, no, Gleb will do it. Yeah, see, he said sure. There you go. There you go, new work. Alright, you can pieces shared a single. Alright, I'm gonna go for the results. We've got 3 convex shapes, fractured instances, box, circle, or hole. Yep. Physics and impulse. Yep. Yeah, I will look at it in a second, or I'm just reading for the rest of this. Kind of going through the general premise. Alright, we'll go render it. Compared to naive alternatives like baking sprites or drawing primitives. Right, yeah. Fracture builds shared frozen vertex buffers and renders pieces by submitting parts of those buffers. This page covers how the system works, where its limits are. All pieces are drawn by an internal renderer object called Fracture Renderer. It's a singleton created automatically when needed and fully managed by the system. Drawing everything through the renderer is what makes fading pieces affordable. Vertex buffers respect neither image alpha nor draw set alpha, so fading requires a shader. Applying a shader per piece would mean resetting for, well, every single piece. That certainly wouldn't scale very well. So instead, the renderer first sets the shader once and loops over every piece, builds a matrix from its position and rotation, passes alpha as a uniform, and submits its geometry through the shader. Once every piece has been submitted, the shader is reset. Yep. Okay. Okay. And there's no depth sorting, which drawing everything single pass comes with a downside. Fracture. Yeah, I mean this is fine. No depth sorting is mostly fine. I feel like most people who are using Box 2D are using it for like more simpler games in design that have more intense graphical or more like physics based focus in like certain environments for side scrollers or top down. Like those are, yeah. I know. I was just kind of like giving my perspective on it because I feel like in terms of like one's experience is different from another. Like I've made some really weird stuff in Box 2D before. 8-ball panic with exploding billiard balls. You know what? We should do that. We should make that into a game. That's a great mobile game. Right there. That'd be great. Now I want to get my Apple Dev stuff again. God damn it. I want to see what the performance is. Fracture is built to speed, but the cost of fracture cold depends on the shape, the pattern, and the number of pieces. Yep. Given fast, matches the shapes of the sprite. So the piece count. Yep. Spread work across frames. You know, I wonder if you could just make it possible to automate this for someone if they want to do it the lazy way. Like, you know what? I don't want to do all this factoring frame by frame. I'll make fracture it for me, and just slowly watch as it fractures between frames. But no, that's not necessary. I'd probably do that with something like SimThreads or whatever, if I really wanted that. Ooh, wait, you want to do pre-generated patterns? That'd be nice, actually. Actually, I did think about another use case too. In theory, you could use this to like do a proper like slicing game like Fruit Ninja. I mean, you can already do that, but like with an actual physics-based thing, you could get away with it. I guess that is a good question though. That does make me think. Ooh, cool. I was gonna say, because like, if someone wanted to do like custom sprites, could they, in a sense, have like a back-end sprite that can also render? So like, how in Fruit Ninja where you slice like a fruit, it actually like it's a 3D model, but it's like if it was 2D, you'd see like the insides of the fruit. I feel like if you could do that, then you could really add in a lot of detail as an option, and then that'd make it more lively. Because like having just the slice is good, having the fracturing is good, but if you can customize extra little bits and pieces, then that makes it all the more detailed. That's my perspective on it. Excellent. Now, steal my idea before I decide to one day randomly not get lazy, and then I steal that idea back. This is how I give new ideas. I put the pressure on you, on everyone. The ideas I will give out. You can have them, but these are also ideas I will do if no one else does it, and I want it, or I need it, or I just feel like it. It's always how I do like any kind of library work is, oh, I want to do this. No one else has done this. I have to do this now. Otherwise, it's like convex fracturing also previews for every pattern. Ooh, nice. That's just from like the demo though, isn't it? Oh, actually, no. Maybe I'm just reading it wrong. Let me read the article. This section covers factoring the lower all patterns. Yeah, so it's just the patterns. I know from the demo, like the demo example, definitely. But okay. No, but I will say though, you do really do well with the docs. I feel like you do fit spectacular with the library like outcome, but the docs are like gorgeous. It is a lot of work. This is what happens when you have 7 weeks, 6-7 weeks. It's all it takes. All right. Yeah. He puts in a lot of attention to detail. You know, this is one thing I don't understand is how come circle works here? Is this, I wonder, I'm going to go back to the demo. Because I wonder, is that just broken on the GX Games version? Yeah. Okay. Well, it happens. I mean, overall, I can imagine a lot of case scenarios where you do have like a spaceship that you just like exploded to pieces. Actually, I will. Oh, actually, that would be just another good thing. It's like having like parts of like a spaceship that you can see the insides of, and you can see like torn up hallways or like generators that are just like hanging loose. There is so many things I can think of. Yep. You know, I just realized I forgot to ping my little notification thing elsewhere. I can switch at the top. Yeah, I saw... Wait, what top? Because I know I can switch the demo. Yeah, I saw the walls one. Right, yeah. I saw the walls demo. That's the other one I saw as well from the page when I was testing it. It was a little funny to look at. It's kind of like a waterfall if I spam click. It doesn't really like that though. Oh, it's really not liking that. Maybe it did too much. I'm gonna bail. Hello, Muggle. Hello, hi, hello. How are you? But yeah, no, I find this to be good. It's simple. Well, it's not simple, but like, it's complex. But the concept itself is simple. It's fantastic. I like it. Yeah, Cecil's auto tiling is all good. Actually, do you have that credited? Yeah, yes, you do. You do. Very good. Paul Catstream, hi everyone. Oh, hello, Fuzz. Hello, hi. It's so simple. Yes, everything is so simple. You see, it's simple maths. Actually, I'm gonna clear that. I'm not too sure. I kind of do like brick a little. I do like grid. I think grid is a little funky. I would say it's between probably grid and Voronor. Actually, no, I would say Vororni. I never knew how to pronounce that actually. It's okay. I've verbal dyspraxia. You know, no one can make fun of me that way. I think that's like the most like semi-realistic pattern for Orni. It just works. Yeah. Ah, right, Mergul. I don't know what's going on. Structure reminds me of the thing I was reading about, which was basically the ship of Thesis, but with Brain Edition. Yeah, so just for a quick recap, I did a jam on libraries and tools for Game Maker, or FOSS, and I'm just doing like a review currently. We were doing some reviews on like a package manager, constant, a draw sprite wrapper, and a kind of like CPU based version of like a well-known text renderer in the game making community. Also, I guess like a dialogue system too on top. But yeah, no, I'm looking at Fractured right now, which is by Gleb here, who's in the chat. It is very nice. But no, I think overall, actually, bounce. I don't know why it's struggling. The only thing I can think of is either the stream or because I just have something else that's like taking up performance. Hold on. Let me check real quick. You know, my GPU is fine. Yeah, I can see that. But like, I can still imagine like you have a little spaceship, it's flying down, you explode it, and it just explodes. Me too, I love the polygon. Polygon's good. I think what I like though is the amount of you can actually make a count for. Oh! Explosive. They make sad faces on explosion. I think animating these would be really cool. It would be so much work though on the shader end. Probably. Now, the real question is, so, when can I get more fractures? Because it'd be nice if I could just be like, you know what, I want to do a little fracture here. And then I want to fracture this, and this, and this. Now, that would allow for chaining. Just chaining fractures until there's nothing. Hey! I like that. I'm going to set the restitution high. I'm just going to just explode it from the side. There we go. Now they're bouncing. They're really bouncing. This reminds me of like Interactive Buddy, not gonna lie. We could remake Interactive Buddy with this. Yeah, actually, let's check out Radial. Yeah, I think Radial you can definitely see because like it shows you where also like chips from. That landed perfectly. That one kind of landed perfectly until that got knocked. I forgot to snooze. I can't believe I caught more bugs. Alright. I really need to automate ads. Or automate the announcement. Well, while I'm waiting, I may as well doodle. I can do that. Well, you're back from the ads already. Wow, welcome back. I decided to doodle a little while I was waiting. I'm just gonna write. There you go. This is how I feel about ads. I make my own ads. I add my own whimsical. I am the master of that. But yeah, anyways, that exploded. That would be because I know I clicked. Because I was at least testing with a radial, with a high precise count, with circle. And I hit... Yeah, it's not liking the fact I'm doing this twice. Yeah, it's only when I go for like really far the corner. Alright, I will look at it just for you. Yeah. I think that just needs like a detection adjustment check. Maybe. Alright, let's getting started. Welcome to Fracture. Let's get you set up and ready to break your first instance into physics-driven pieces. We'll start by downloading and importing the YMPS package and preparing your project installation. Then first setup. Alright, I'm not gonna go through all that. By the end of it, you'll have a simple working project that shatters. Yep. So requirements: GameMaker LTS 2026, the only version. Actually, I'm gonna zoom in a little. Basic familiarity with GameMaker and Gmail, including asset types, working your objects and events, structs, functions, and methods and macros. I still wonder if I should just make that a rule in GameMaker Kitchen to know the basics of GameMaker, so you're not just like fumbling about. I always think about that. It makes us, like, on one hand, I don't like to do that because we have a lot of people who are still like also making stuff for beginners, but at the same time I think about it because it's like I'm genuinely curious if that would make things so much easier on us to just make sure that people are actually properly understanding GameMaker and not just coming in and just be like, hey, how do I do strings? I mean, I don't mind it, but it's like I already redirect people to the GameMaker server whenever those kinds of questions come up. Yep. We'll go first setup. Let's start with a simple example. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. So we'll fracture some non-physics box shape instances with a few different patterns and add an impulse to send pieces flying. I like that you actually do include the YYZ2 as a release. Oh, okay, that's nice. We have strings at home, do close. Lay the groundwork. Starting from a fresh point to the library and portal, create the object we'll be breaking. We'll call OJ shape and give it a simple box shape sprite. This object won't be physics enable itself, although it could be. Fracture supports both, but the pieces it breaks into are physics driven. So we need to enable physics in our room, either there or programmatically. I feel like there's a way where you can just, That does remind me. I need to go back and box 2D stuff. I have some box 2D stuff in a project of my... Gleb, I think there's a project where I can actually add fracture in. Maybe. It's not a project that you see as an actual game, but it's a part of the stuff I've been doing with like this drawing app. I don't know. If anyone hasn't caught up, I made a little doodle drawing app so I can actually draw whenever, and it'll render on the screen. So I could have this here, and I can go like super into detail, and I could just draw, you know, a big ol' love heart. Like that. Yeah. I made this because I want to be able to doodle, and I know there's like doodling apps, like there's a few of them now for like OBS even. But it's like, I just want to be able to draw whatever I want. And I want like no issues on that whatsoever. So if I want to draw something, I can just draw. I mean, to be honest, I can just give you it. I literally have the program itself in a state where I can just share it. I'll send you a link a little bit later. So... the reason why I haven't considered Twitch integration for the drawing is because with drawing, the biggest problem we're going to have is, well, if anyone can draw on it, then it's a problem. I also thought about the same for images, like adding an image, but then there's no way to moderate images, and that can just get a streamer banned. There's a lot of things that could just get someone banned. So I think like something for like drawing stuff on screen is not what I want to do. By the way, the way I'm doing this is I'm using Spout 2 to basically just take this texture from GameMaker and putting it on here. So it's not like through to conventional means. It is cool. But yeah, no, the whole point of it is that when it comes to this as a whole, I made this so I can draw, because I do have other means of drawing. I have Epic Pen, which is an on-screen drawer, but it requires me to do display capture, which is kind of terrible if I wanted to turn off the desktop display, or if I'm doing a game overview. But it's like I could, for example, if I move this out of the way, for example, let's just say I want to highlight something. Maybe here. Yeah, I'm going to highlight right here. I can also turn off the wobble too, so there's no wobbling. I can turn that on and off a wheel. I can do that. Actually, got to remember where everything is. I think this is the only issue I'm facing right now, so I don't know where everything is, so I have to eyeball it a little. But like, I can do that. I can underline 0.01. But we'll come back to that. But yeah, no, that's just how I did it. Oh, you want to talk about tablet integration? Well then, I have some news for you. I have a tablet pen in my hand from my XP Pen Artist 15.6 Pro. I have tablet integration. It already is a thing. In this version, at least. It just works. See? I'm thinking way ahead. Trust me. I have thought about adding plugin support. I've thought about adding in maybe like WebSocket integration. You can actually integrate it in your own way. If you want a Twitch integration, you can do it. I thought about adding in image support. I thought about adding in just other kinds of ways of exporting things from here, because like you can save this canvas image. Like I can load it in a different one. Hold on. Let me load a different one in. I have a complete... This is what I made for, like, the logo at the moment. I made this using just this. I can also zoom in really deep. And I can just draw from there too. And it will just show up. Like, I have control. The only thing I'm missing now is, like, proper UI. As soon as I get UI in this, then it'd be good. But anyways, enough diddly-daddling. We're gonna go back to this. Oh yeah, I also have undo and redo. That also exists. In fact, I wasn't even meant to be able to undo that. I just did that by accident. Yeah. I got bugs, but it's okay. Point being, I can doodle, I can draw. Nice. Now I can look at it. Alright, now I can look at the actual example. Now I can see if it works. Oh my goodness, it works! Hooray! I can now slice it all! This is perfect. Yeah. Look, Gleb, I don't know. It's 4K. I'm a 4K user. That's just it. It's the same problem I have with Steam. If you go to look at my Steam profile, actually let me pull it up. My Steam profile is the exact same. It looks great on 1080p. Then it doesn't. I just learned to live with it. For you, maybe you can find a way, but yeah. I don't know why I wasn't uncensored in the first place. I don't know, web dev mode, but yes, make it tolerable. What if Twitch integration works like Etch-a-Sketch, so they could only control which direction the line goes, slash the color, slash how far? Well, yeah, I can do color. I could definitely do color. I don't know how much I'd probably do Twitch integration. I think maybe the most I'd probably would do is allow you to specify the parameters of the brush. Because I think that is safer to do than to do literally everything else. But no. I plan on also doing like particles and text as well, so you can actually render particles and text. All right, I've talked enough about this drawing up. It's not about me right now. It's about Gleb. Gleb, we're coming back to you now. We're gonna stop going off topic. All right. So our shape is fairly big at 148 times 148, so you see the room's pixels meters to scale to 0.01.0.01. Physics behavior depends on the room's pixels and meter scale. At the default 0.1, our shape reads at 15 meters wide, so it drifts around like a slow-moving giant instead of shattered debris. Dropping to 0.01 makes each pixel a centimeter, putting the shape at a believable 1.5 meters, where pieces fall and tumble the way you expect. You know what? That is fair. That is completely fair. To show that Fractured works in instances of any positive scale or out of create events. I actually like this code window. I should probably steal this from my website. Yeah. I think this is good. This is good. I think noting down quirks, I kind of mentioned it with Chitter, but like, if any time you're writing down and making something, and there's quirks in the library, or quirks in the way on the engine, it's good to point it out, because otherwise people are gonna stumble across it and be confused and why it's not working as intended. So this is good. This is good. Also, this is good though. I'm probably gonna steal this idea. I need to like list events in a table for my new website. I want to do more game making tutorials, and I'd like to condense things a little, probably. especially with this. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I knew it could do tab, so I want to steal this. Alright. We can drop those shapes in. Make a controller called object control. Place in the room. Render at. Pieces aren't drawn by the instance itself, so all rendered together in one batch by internal renderer. We've already been through renderer. We can set boundaries. Yep, we can make an object wall. You know, do classic physics stuff. Actually, you know what? I guess I could add fracture in a second game if I added box 2D support into it, but I don't know if I would ever do box 2D much. I love box 2D, but I don't have too many cases where I actually need box 2D. But I do have a project where I can use this, because I do plan on supporting box 2D for it. Like I said, it's Twitch related. You'll find out when I get to it. Break the shape. Yeah, I know, but it's like, for the case of what I'm doing in one project of mine where I know it could technically benefit, I don't want to put in the effort for box 2D. I just don't. Especially since I'm doing a lot of other things in there at the same time. And I've already got my own, like, decal, like, braking system for it anyways. I've already built, like, my own little physics thing for it. So it's like, that I probably won't do. The other project I have, because I do plan on supporting box 2D for some little games, I need to have options. I'm just going to add fracture into that one. So fracture is just a core dependency that can be utilized. Unusual syntax. Alright, we've got an API overview. You know what? This is what I like. I love more documentation. Yep, going over namespace, like construct. This is also good. The warning's also good. I really wish static could just be initialized automatically. That'd be nice. Like, without having us to manually initialize them, that would be good. That one I also saw as well. It takes between 0.17 to the worst, like 1 millisecond. At least in the demos. Oh. I actually didn't look at that too well in the setup. Nah. Okay. No, it is like that. Okay. We're gonna ignore the lag. We all know there's actually maybe I can just what was the hotkey I had for the Doodle app again? Let me go through my README real quick. I wonder if I can like change a few things. Actually, I don't think that changes anything. I forgot. Yeah, it performs better for me too. Like, this is fine. I have one other idea actually. that was not working. Nope. Wow, using the old discard method works perfectly. Yeah, it must be because I don't know. There's so many factors that could be here. It could be Yo-Yo Games doing a dumb moment here. It could be just Windows 10 not liking it. If you're not aware, I'm on Windows 10. I'm not on Windows 11 because I can't trust Microsoft with Windows 11 right now. They don't know how to maintain their own OS. They're really bad at it. It could also just be the streaming software, but to be honest, I've had like hundreds of things also running on it at one time, and that's fine. So it's like, I don't know why. But that's okay. Alright, well. In any case, we'll come back to this. Blow things up, picking a strength. We got chaining. We can do method chaining. We can notice small pieces for faster ones. Fixture mass for its destiny in area, so a small piece is lighter. The same pulse moves it further. We can also override piece mass as I set the whole pixel meters up. Yeah. That's good. I like that. Good options. I kind of just thought it now though, like, what if you had like... I'm just thinking. Let me go back to this real quick. You know what would be a good side suggestion? Maybe. Would you be interested in adding some kind of like collision callback to the fractured pieces? Because it does make me think if someone was using Box 2D and they wanted like, I don't know, for example, a glass, like a piece of pane glass that like shatters. I guess you could think about it in the closest example in Happy Wheels. They have some objects that can just like break. Yeah, it'd be nice. You could do like if you touch a broken piece of glass, you get hurt. Or like if it flings at you then you can just calculate how much speed it has and then go from there. I feel like that would be great to do. That would be nice. It would really add a lot of attention to detail. Yeah, I would honestly probably would just make it so like maybe on applying the fracture, you can specify like a custom function. And then on the fracture collisions, it can just say, hey, I'll be colliding, yes, then try if this function exists, then we'll call it. And then you can just pass in like the fracture piece and then the other piece. Or the one it's colliding with. Because I feel like for most cases, someone will be able to do a lot with just the two scopes. Yeah. Yep. Same brainwave. We brainwaving. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like me to particularly poke out? Because I think I've checked out most things about this. Besides me deep diving in all into the code and absorbing it all at once. Alright, all good. I'm glad you fixed the demo. The class. I don't know. That sounds scary. Well, we got this, which is detailed. No, what do we need though? We need the other one. Oh, so it was the manufacturer one. Okay. I see. Yeah, I saw you namespacing it. You've mentioned it in the docs. I've also saw it in the code examples. I've never really gotten used to the namespace architecture. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just the way GameMaker auto-completes it. I'm not a fan of it. I don't know. I don't really use it. I mainly only ever use it in like very rare case scenarios. I'll suggest it to people, but I won't use it. I'm just very peculiar. Lots of code. Yeah, no, GameMaker namespacing is weird because it's like namespacing in GameMaker is great. Except for if your code editor is not customized, like, I don't know, I'm just going to steal this first time demo. It's like namespace, and then it's static food, print equals function string. And I'm just gonna show your message, show debug message. String. Then to make your namespace, you then have to do namespace, and then you can call namespace dot print and then do XYZ. Yeah, I know, but whatever Russell's doing is like, this is GMRT we're talking about. So like, I don't consider GMRT and the current runtime in the same ballpark because there is just so many things going on with GMRT at once. Kind of a bit of a hot mess in a way, but there is a lot. Because like I said, like you've mentioned in docs, and like I've said to many people before, one of the two main weaknesses is that one, namespaces are script order dependent, and there's no order for scripts, so you can't just use it in a script by itself, which people like to do, like in this case. The second aspect is I don't have my accredited to auto setup autocomplete, but if you have it to also have set up like include braces, it will also include the direct call here too, which means you then have to type in namespace. Actually, no, I can demonstrate it. I can demonstrate it. Yeah, auto insert. If I do this, then do namespace. There you go. Yeah, I don't like it. I've turned it off for one of those two reasons. Interesting way to do it. Does GameMaker support header guarding to stop duplicates? I mean, it does detect if you call a function by the same name of another, so in a sense. But in terms of using it, it doesn't detect to see if you like done this go like namespace. It doesn't set if you called a namespace, because like the way how GameMaker statics works is that until you run a function for the first time, those statics don't exist. They just do not exist at all. So you have to define it in a certain way. You have to define the statics, then you have to call the function, then you can use it like a namespace. And it's also script order dependent too, which means you can't just do it wherever. Like for example, print doesn't exist. Even though I call it here, this script runs later. I would have to go here, put that there, and only then does it exist. Yeah, script order doesn't matter. Like for this library, it doesn't really matter. This is fine to set up at any point. But it's like, I'm just telling Mergle here, because Mergle doesn't know so much about the newer Game Maker functionalities. Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, it's kind of a gotcha, like... I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. It's a little bit of a gotcha situation. So it is one of those things where I don't really like namespaces for in like libraries. Game Maker 7. Those were the days. Okay. We've done enough of this. I think it is time I review Half's submission. Wuff makes games. Oh yeah, I should come back and start this again. Very good. Half. I can't shout really. It's too early in the morning. I can get close though. That's good enough. Or I can also just stare deep into your soul. Would you like that? You like that, wouldn't you? Alright, good night. Sleep well. Thanks for stopping by. Yes, speed up your sleep. Alright. We have adding. We also have an each page. We also have powerful operator library for Game Maker. Human made, human gade. I love human gade. Human gade great. 10 out of 10. I love being gay. Alright. It features additions and its counterparts. Easily combine values into intuitive functions. JDocs for all functions. I love JS docs. We also have a quick start. We also have adding operator. Alright. I'm going to check out this little demo. It's in HTML5. Wow, that's a surprise. That's a surprise number 2. I can oh. You're right. I gotta turn on the throw thing back on. Give me 1 second. It's okay. I can redeem it myself. I'm just waiting for it to revive. Ow! Get fractured. Get fractured, get fractured, get fractured, get fractured, get fractured! Get fractured! I'm in pain now. I only feel pain. Sleep well. I get paid, and this is the entertainment I get paid for. That'd be like the most interesting aspect, like throwing a glass ball at someone and it just shatters when it hits in the face. That'd be great. Anyways, adding. We can math. I can math. My God. The real question is 9 plus 10. Is it 21? Terrible. No, I'm kidding. Alright. I like the demo. I think the demo is like nice. This is good. We got all the maths. To the power of 32. There we go. 4 billion. Alright. Can we get rid of Copilot? I don't want Copilot on GitHub. This is terrible. This is not it. I thought this was a project. Ah, the project's here. That would explain it. Now, I know adding is a little bit more spectacular. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't want Copilot. No one wants Copilot. They're forcing it upon us anyways. I prefer Tab GPT. I can answer all your questions. Is mayonnaise an instrument? No. Next question. Yes, micro slop. Micro. Oh. Goodbye, ads. There we go. Micro slop. What's my mother's maiden name? Mom. Mum. Your mum. There you go. There it is. It's my mum, your mum. It was your mother's maiden name the entire time. You're welcome. Anyways. We can import it. We can add the cheat sheet. You know, I just forgot. I forgot to look at the macros for Fracture. I'm going to do it later. Look up operating methods, implement your IDs faster. Oh, thank you. I need my IDs much faster. They don't come fast enough. Operator get name, operator get symbol. Ooh. We also got a config. Inverts all operations done via adding operate. Ooh. Does this mean I can flip it? Well, I already know what the example looks like. I'm going to flip it. Yes! We are mathing. Yes, they're very important. I like this. Swaps AB we're calling adding to operate. Yes. Yes. Perfect. Min max. You know what? I'm gonna break it. I want to break this. Check the GPOC log. Perform plus on 2 plus 3 and got 5. Ooh. Dude, let me set this back to true. Yeah, it even like shows that, but it's like it subtracts. Actually. It doesn't like the power of 32. No 2 to the power of 32. This is sad. Sad day. This is like the 3rd crash I've gotten. Damn, I'm causing crashes all day long. I'm breaking the entire system. You can do a real or string or array real? Oh, I think it returns a result? I'm gonna look at the demo. That's not the demo object. come back to that. Honestly, I'm actually kind of liking this. It's like, no, like not even ironically, like I actually kind of like this. It's actually kind of nice. It's like not something I would genuinely like need to use, but I like the idea of this as a whole. Like be able to just like it's like it's a little mini mass library in a way. I like it. You can even get, and the fact you can also get like the operator symbols is also kind of nice. All the operator symbols. Also, is that like new adding? Ah, but you have this as a constructor. I'm curious, why a constructor? You don't have any real variables in here, so you could have probably also just... don't know, why not? That's fair. Well, the only thing I can suggest here at least is, I don't think the constructor is needed. Because you're not really using it to store variables for anything. So I think you can eliminate that. Also, this is an enum. This is good. Make a pull request. No, that's not my job to do that. I'm here to do a review only, and I'm giving you feedback. If you want a pull request, well, maybe one day. All right. That's probably the only main note I have about this. Everything else is about what I expect. It does make me now question though. Yes, I'm having a look around the source code. I'm poking at it. Right, this is the inverse. I was looking at the inverse. Okay. Brain soup. Yes, you get brain soup. I get a brain soup. Everyone gets a brain soup. Okay, yeah. You know, since we have an adding approximate difference, I know what to do now. There. Now it's always the epsilon value. Nothing can stop me now. Ha 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 ha. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so I can look at this more. Get name. That does remind me, actually. Oh yeah, it does print every time. Okay, I have a second suggestion for this. I think it needs a config for like just not printing a message. Because I would prefer to not have a debug log spam. Oh yes, but some libraries, you know, have a silent mode, so you can just, you know, turn off most things. Sometimes you don't want the very serious stuff. Maybe sometimes you are reckless, and sometimes you just want the world to burn on fire. Negative Epsilon. Hi. Hello. How are you doing, Manta Ray? How do you know what it's doing? Secret. Just guess. That's how. Yes. Yes, you get it now. Think about it. Everything is right and everything is wrong. Nothing matters. At the end of the day, you get input in, you get output. I approve 2PH. Yeah. Of course you would. You love your constructors and debug spams. Should I make a new live sex stream? Well, no. The jam submissions are over. There is no more. Not until the next cookbook. And I ain't reviewing any other outstanding submissions. Alright. I don't... But what if I should? Well, okay. How about this? You can. I won't review it, but you can. I think that's fair. Consider it gun. Very good. Okay. I don't think there is much else I need to say on adding. I think this is good. I like this library. I would say it is one of my favorites. Favorites in terms of maths. I can finally math. Thank you. That is, yeah, see, Merkel, that is also very true. You can always bake a cake even after the wedding is over. Even after the birthday is over. You missed the birthday party? Well, nothing's going to stop you from eating that cake. Go eat cake. I could customize the UI buttons. Well, I mean, the example itself isn't as important for me to tinker around with. The config, though, is interesting. Yes, me too. I like this. Good job. Excellent. I will give you gold star, best maths ever. It gets a star. And of course, the instructions are also good and detailed. We forget? No. I'm gonna store it in my brain. You know what? If he makes distracting, then fair enough. That's gonna be erased from my brain. Okay. I forgot to ping Krug. Whoops. I don't know if they're awake now. Did I get pinged? Well, you were reading the chat, so I didn't ping you. No. I was going to ping a bunch of people. Yeah, I didn't mind it. I think adding was nice. I think that was good. I like it. I like maths. Maths is good. Everyone needs maths. You can't make anything without maths. So now we have adding. Now we can math. Yeah, I like your logo. It's a good logo. I love it, Gleb. I'm just going to zoom in. I think this is like a rather creative one. I think I do agree, though. I think with the notes that someone else had about the like the X and Y like axis stuff here, I think that could have been a bit more detailed. Next cookbook integrated. Honestly, I have said in this part of the discussion about another jam idea where the jam itself is actually making a game and getting a prize. Prefab integration. Oh, not the prefabs. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to do something crazy. Actually, no, I'm not. Never mind. I was going to boot up the prefab builder and just going to submit adding to the Game Maker Kitchen registry. So it's like forever engraved and can't be removed because only I can remove it. But no. All right. I think unless Krug comes around, the next thing we have is yeah, just Shrimpy. Shrimpy would be the last one, wouldn't it? I'm gonna double check. Yeah. Yes, it's time now for you. It's the Ace loader. It's time to ace. Actually, if Manta Ray is here, I can also do Manta Ray too. But I don't know what time it is for Manta Ray. What time is it for you right now? So what's it like being a car? I go... Anyways. We have no readme. We have beta. What is beta? If not without a release. There is a readme. Alright, if there is a readme, it's okay. It's okay. You know, you can't... Not everything can go well. I mean, I just slapped a logo on my submission. And all that submission is literally just copy and pasted. It's very bare bones. So, you know, I can't judge. Don't read me.md. Yes. Damn, even Twitch doesn't want to read it. It just gives an error. Okay, it's Manta Ray, it is 19. Yep, okay. That's all good. That's fine. I still have it there anyways. I was just making sure. Oh, we have documentation. Don't worry. I already got the docs up. Don't worry about that. I'm even going to review the page though. Ace Sprite loading framework for GameMaker supports loading Ace files and runtime, manipulating layers and other things. Currently, you control them dynamically. Toggle layer visibility, palette swapping, grayscaling, sprite baking. Library works by building a global metadata struct. Each sprite is added to the struct with its own metadata. The library itself includes all the scripts you need to render it to the screen. It's a bit complicated, so I'm going to read the documentation here. Yep. I'm also going to pull this. We also got ads again. No, I don't want ads. Anything but the ads. check YouTube. YouTube's still quiet. I've gotten like almost 2 people on the YouTube chat, and it's not a lot. But it was a little interesting. Alright. I got the docs here. Welcome to Acelator, an import framework for framework for GameMaker Studio to allow you to use Sprite files natively in GameMaker for exporting them to another file format. I don't know this GameMaker Studio, but in this house we only use GameMaker. Why would you want to do that? That's an excellent question, and there's actually several good answers. Namely, you have the ability to toggle layer visibility. This allows you to do things like make equipable items appear, disappear from the player without re-exporting the whole sprite. The framework can also extract color mode data from the sprite file, RGB index or grayscale, and replicate the rendering mode. When opening a file in index color mode, the framework will extract the palette information, but you can also supply your own palettes. More on that later. How does it work? Sprite files are essentially a combination of chunks of binary data with a header that describes the layer and classification of chunks. The framework starts by reading the header and uses a lookup table to see how it should interpret the data. When pixel data is encountered, it's written to a vertex buffer to be drawn with the PR pointless primitive type. While this is very effective at translating the data in the binary format, it's a bit hard to work with for this reason. Only see right the pixel data surface. I'm not going to go through the rest of that. I do like the docs, they're kind of nice. I like it. A global structure and system. Alright, I will come back to this. We will look at the project itself. I'm also going to snooze ads. Top scrolling surface is the pass A6. What? 1 second. Ah! Just as perfect. There we go. Top scrolling surface is a pass ace exploded with all information expressed. At the bottom, the image is fine and layers with the visible booleans at default are not written. The sprite in the middle of the screen is rendered dynamically using left or right arrows to change animation static. Okay. It's kind of nice. Very nice. I like that. We also got a test palette here, which I assume is a part of this sprite loader example here. Yes. Oh, hello, mijos. Ocelot, how you doing? How's it going? Oh. There we go. I can close that now. Oh, P, no, it's changed demo. Hello, meow meow. How's your day or night? Observe palette swapping in action. The sprite changes from its default to apply palette. Ooh. It's okay. I'm not good at presentation myself. Not making a game. I'm doing a jam review. So the context is I was hosting a library tools jam for GameMaker where a bunch of people have to come together and make a bunch of like purposeful libraries or tools. An example is this is an Sprite loader, so you can take Sprite files and directly like load them into GameMaker and actually have like all the frame data and all the layers and everything, as opposed to just PNGs. I have another example which you actually can see right now with the little face and the microslop running on top. I have a little tool which I actually made a library for, so I can actually draw on the screen, like directly. It's about to integration. It's all good, nice and good. But yeah, no, it's just a libraries tools jam review. Alright. X-Load can also be used to dynamically toggle layers, layout effects such as play equipment, place space, randomize equipment. Ooh. You see, this is probably the one things I actually kind of find low-key interesting, because I actually have a few projects where I actually do need a sprite for, and I actually do have layers. There's a game where I actually have a top-down like shooter for an astronaut, and I actually have like a bunch of different gun designs and positions. So I feel like this is probably something I could use it for. Okay. Demo go the expire brand from demo 1 to an array of real game expires for presence of breaking. Press B to do so now. The whole native game expires rendered from an ACE file. This can be used in any way as a dynamic sprite can be expected to be used. Okay, that's good. I like the fact that you're taking the whole surface sprite approach that I've done in collage, because I think that is like honestly the best way you can do it to make it from like dynamic to static whenever you're ready. Yeah, I can imagine. It was a pain for me. Hey, but now you know. Now you know. 3 whole days. Alright. I like to hope one day we can just get better parity and just build textures on the fly, because GameMaker already does have support for it in the runtime for building textures. We just need it exposed. Like the whole atlasing aspect, because you can do that. Sprite add ext, the async sprite add has that, which is really weird. Yeah, I think like async. I feel like async and AceLoader have their strengths in different ways, because async is more like syncing with the IDE, but AceLoader is like you're not just syncing, you get a bunch of extra metadata applied with a sprite. So I feel like in a sense it's like an even better like tool to use, because that's what you probably would actually want, like in terms of dev. Okay. So oh, sprites get flattened with this? Oh. Honestly, it could have been not. It could have probably been nice to figure out a way to like store information about like all the extra layers, so you could still be used even in a static form. Because I feel like a dynamic, like if I was picturing this in an ideal case, dynamically you should mainly use it for if you're just doing like library, like just deving. But when it comes to the final product, you probably want to make it a static version and have all that information. I feel like if you did that, then you can still make it useful when they're sprites, since you can still contain that data. I feel like that would be great to have. It's not a total deal breaker, but it's like a nicety. It's a non-destructive operation, and all metadata is retained into freed. Okay. Yeah, that's true. You can do that. You can also shunt distinct layers to unique sprites. Yeah, true. You could do that. That is an option. Yeah. I will see banking though. Yep. I mean, for Tom's case, it makes more sense. I just was curious, having proper layer support is nice as a feature. Because I can still see it being separate, and then you just and then someone just going out their way to rebuild the layers. But it's you can also just have a system in place that does it for them, so then people don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. But that's just my thought bubble. That's just an option. It's not a necessary thing. But yeah, I am definitely going to have to steal this for a project. Actually, probably for a few projects. So I'm going to give that a star now, so I don't lose it. Yay! Yay indeed. Also, I know you said you weren't that good in presentation, but I do want to reinstate. I think the fact you have something to present is good. You also do display the buttons here. At the end of the day, as long as you have something to show off and as long as there's instructions, you're good. I'm just blind. That's not a you problem. That's a me problem. I'm just blind sometimes. But it happens. Also implemented Z sorting. Okay. And partial plan states cut in rapid results. Krug is around, so I'm just gonna ask. Alright. Layer blending. We got immediate red renderer. Draw from the buffer directory using draw primitive begin, avoiding the need to use either surfaces or baked sprites. Interesting. I like that. Alright. I don't think I have too many notes. I think that's the only thing I have mainly noticed, that I think it would be nice if there was something you could provide to actually still retain the layer data as an option in some way, because I feel like you could just do a mass bake in a certain way, but that is even just taking what we have here and just slapping it. I feel like that is definitely something you could do. And then you can give people more control that way. So in a sense, it's its own unified wrapper. But like I said, of course, not everything is the ideal solution. And some people are going to prefer an actual some people will just prefer separate sprites. Some will prefer a system that can manage the drawing of layers I guess is the best way to put it. Yeah. Some people will. In different ways. But okay. Is there anything else you'd particularly like me to check out? Because I think, other than me just fooling around with the sprite files, which is probably the only thing I could do, is it really a GM limitation? Because what I'm thinking of wouldn't be a limitation. Like, well, I mean, that was kind of the intent, but like, the intent I had was like, when you bake, you could have a bake. So like, I could, for example, have, Ace, actually, let me look at the bake function. Yeah, flat. Oh, it's batch. I would have done like batch object, and then you could put in like the essentially the A sprite itself, and then you can turn that into like a proper batch. You got surfaces, of course, too, but I guess like the idea is like if you have that make an object, then that can have properties like, you know, object dot layer set visibility, and do like pants false. We don't want pants, we don't get pants. And then you can just do draw X, Y. And then yeah, I know you can. Is that built in? That's all I'm saying. Is can I get something right? I think we are misinterpreting the idea I have. Because load Ace gives you an object, but that's all surfaces. I was saying, why not have the same thing, but the sprite instead of surfaces? You could do that as an option. It's not something you critically need, but it's an option. Unless that is actually an option and I didn't see that. No. It's streamed to... Hey! Welcome! Unfortunately, we have ads. So... yeah. Okay, that's enough typing for me. Alright. Ad should be just about rolling out. Alright, we are back. Okay. I don't think there is anything else I need to say, but yes, welcome back. If there's anything else you want me to check out, I'd be happy to do. But I think otherwise I might be done. But no, that's the whole point. It's like, because we already do have the ability to just play back the surfaces in a way. Yep, I think so too. Okay. Now we have one more submission we can look at. Just in time. It comes in the form of free. Oh yeah, I saw a little bit about that. I assume this is like a JSON struct with like parameters. And then we just set it up that way. I can actually just look at it. Yeah, okay, it's literally just that. It's like a variable definition structing. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Yep, that's good. I like it. Okay. So we have 3 different submissions from Krug. We have Voxy, we have Vectors, we have Tweenie. I will have a look at this one because this one has a logo. Oh, the tweens. I love free tweening. Alright. And of course the docs are just the readme. Play, pause, skip. Yep. We've got easing curves. Nice. You know, I wonder if it could also just benefit from having animation curves too, as a supported feature. Someone I want it? Someone I want it at all. Okay. I'll just pull up the project itself. Interesting. Oh. You know, I did kind of expect more. Oh, we got Delta time? Oh my. It's kind of nice, actually. Alright. It has occurred to me I might need more, there's a second demo. Okay, so that's the demo we're in now. Yep, we're in that one. Now I can look at the actual one that was shown on screen. Don't know why we have got all this in the background. Just gonna turn that off. Lol. I like this. I like the fact you can control the delta times, which means you can hook it to like time fluctuations, like slowing down time or speeding it up. That's so fast. Okay. I think one thought I did have looking into this, I'm a little surprised that there is no animation curves from the looks of it. For a tweening library, I thought there would be, really. Because, like, it kind of makes sense. But I guess you could also just plug it in yourself if you wanted something similar. But maybe that's not the intent for Tweenie here. Maybe it is more code based because anime curves have their own limitations. But then again, I don't really use anime curves enough to begin with. I just wonder. You can animate strings. You know what? I'm gonna see this. I think I have to use it in a very specific case. I'm actually not sure how that works. Oh, actually, oh. I'm just messing around right now. Okay. Okay, you got callbacks at least. So it could be good for like audio gain or lowering. And of course we have the ability to change all. Okay. Right, I think it's... Okay, wait, it was covered by the debug screen. Oh, I like that. It's kind of hard to see. I'm going to blow that up. But you can see like it just does a little anime. I like that. I think that in of itself does give me a lot of perspective on Tweenie. I honestly still did think like anime curves would have been nice to have here. Because I can imagine like someone plugging in an anime curve and that just depicts like the easiness for them. Because I know a lot of people do prefer that. That's probably the only suggestion I'd make. The README otherwise is good enough. It's got details on it. Especially like covering things like color and angle. But also the ability to add in custom method tweens is also really nice. And also the global controls.
Oh, that's alright.
Yeah. So I'm feeling a little eepy for some reason. I'm gonna check out the config. We got, oh cool, we can even disable tracing. Yes, there we go. You see, this is what I need, the ability to disable tracing. Nah, I'd probably do critical if I ever needed it. Wait, the default is critical, but it's on verbose in the repo. Well, I mean, it's probably not like that in the YYMPS. We'll see. Gonna just download this. Wait, there is anime curves. Oh, I see. It's in the private section. That's why. Okay. That makes sense. Well, that YMPS has it's missing stuff. Alright, is there anything else in particular you'd like me to showcase off here? Because I have given at least a few of my pointers. The demos are good. They are good. Well, you know what? I don't know if you're here, but you know what? I'm not gonna stop reviewing just because you popped off. That is okay. I understand. I'm gonna check out your next submission. We're gonna Voxy. I'm gonna come back and make sure this is start. Yep, we're start. Sprite to voxel mesh library. Okay. Oh, okay. So it's literally just like interesting. I need to check something actually. Okay. Well, I don't think Voxy's working very much. Let me check the U. How peculiar. Alright, so these weren't meant to be model. Okay, so that clearly needs some work. Okay. Whoa. Alright. Don't think there's too much to go off here. The demo has some bugs. I think this is nice though. I like sprite stacking. Like I like the idea of sprite stacking, but I do prefer a proper model, and I think this is good. This is actually genuinely good. This gets a star. Demo needs fixed though. It's probably the biggest point I will make out on that. I will also quickly go through the how to use section. Yeah, even the how to use section is correct. It was just literally the demo itself that needs correction. So you can make it static. You can make it animated. Do we have an animated example? No. I'm actually a little curious. How does the static aspect work? Interesting. Not that it's a major issue, but I would also just probably use an underscore for Voxy Vertex add. But that's fine too. Interesting. Actually, in fact, I think anything that's part of the private stuff should probably just have an underscore. But that's just, in my opinion, just to be safe. This aspect of the code can also just be condensed into a anonymous function call. I'd probably just do it like this, just so it's like one less thing to worry about. And it looks cleaner. But that's in general fine. That's weird. Well, I don't know what happened there. Actually, I can just check. Yeah, I don't know what's happening here, but either way, that's a bit of a suggestion. You can just have it all in line into a function call and call that. I think the reaming is good. I like the fact you can turn a bunch of sprites into a proper model. I kind of need this, so I will in the future. So I will poke that. I think that was good. This one is a vector library. It's all good. Take care. I'll see you later. Have a good time. Alright, see ya. Take care. Alright, we have our Vector 2 library with our little demo here. Oh, hello, Alice in Wonderland. How are you doing? Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Thank you. Alright. This is the shortest example ever. We have a vector. We have left it to string. That just prints it out like that, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. Three equals this. Alright, okay, so this is just like the same struct. That is at least more preferable than the alternatives. Alright, I don't think there was much to say here. I think you've provided a bunch of decent vector functionality, and I think this is good. This is very good. Even array form. Alright. And of course, how to use. Copy the vector scripts in your project, create a vector and chain operations. Yep. We got method chaining, we got scalar overloads, interpolation. I like that. I do something similar. Yeah, this is something I tried doing ages ago, but I ended up just getting like not into the idea of it. But yeah, I'm glad this is done. I like the option of between using numbers or non-numbers. Perhaps the JS doc could be added here though, to at least specify. Like, at least then you can have add, real, or struct. But that's probably the most I could probably say for that. Otherwise, that's all good. I'm literally just wrapping up at this point because I don't think there is much I could comment on vector tools. I think this is all good. Alright, I think that wraps up pretty much all of the submissions in general that I need to look at right now. Everyone else's will be on at a later time. Alright, thank you for tuning in. Thank you very much. Have a great day, Shrimpy. Alright. I think I will end it off here for now. Just gonna remove that. I will review the remaining submissions later tonight. I actually don't think I have anyone else here. Yeah, I only have to review 4 more later. Which I will do. Alright. This is your favorite cat, this is your favorite elf, this is Tabula Elf, and I will see you later tonight. Because why not? 2 streams in 1. I'm just gonna have to drink a lot of caffeine. Lots of caffeine! Ta-ta! Thank you for stopping by.